today. About 1 year and 4 months ago, I was on vacation with my kids out in San Francisco. At the time, I was driving a Ford Escort, a 2000, and it was a manual transmission. And it was a good little car, I tell you. It was a very good little car. Went out there on vacation with my kids. You know, we're cruising and driving out there. We stopped to get something to eat, and then I decided, no, I better go to the car wash and at least wash the car, because I don't want to go in San Fran with the dirty car with salt and everything all over it. So I decided to go through the car wash. I guess as we were in the car wash, I heard a ping happen, right? And I asked my kids, did you hear that? And they're like, yeah. What is it, Mom? I'm like, I have no idea. But I didn't think of anything, but it was really strange that I heard that noise. But as we got back on the freeway, I realized that my radiator was getting pretty hot. So I was like, okay, now what is going on? So I had my kids look up the Jiffy Lube, and I pulled into a Jiffy Lube in the area, and come to it, you know, the start of our vacation, almost there in San Fran, and my radiator decides to crack. And so the guys at the Jiffy Lube tell me that it needs to be replaced, it needs to be fixed, but I'm like an hour away from the hotel that we need to be at. And I just told them, well, just put some fluid in it, I'll find a mechanic close to our hotel. And they said, well, I suggest you not drive this car. And I go, well, I'm almost to the hotel, so it's okay, we're not that far, just put some antifreeze in there. So they did, and we were off on our way, and then we went back to the hotel. And then I opened the hood and looked at the engine, and said, oh yeah, there was a pretty, not a big crack, but it was a crack, yes. And so we sat there in the hotel, relaxing and getting comfortable, and this is the start of our vacation, right? And so I made some phone calls, called around, asked how much the mechanic was going to be, and whew, that was a big price, especially for being so far away from home. But we were here on our vacation. I didn't care. I was just like, whatever. So in that day and that evening, I sat there and I meditated that we were going to have a good vacation. Nothing's going to get in the way. Nothing's going to bother me. Things will fix itself and will happen, and things will be okay. And the next morning, yeah, I did. I found a mechanic right away. It was pretty good. Found that mechanic. Dropped the car off. It was just around the corner from the hotel. Dropped the car off, and we were on foot, just walking around in San Fran, just hanging out, waiting for the car to get fixed. And we were just having a good time. It was like, I didn't want this to get to me. So this is what you call self-control. Do not let things get to you. Do not let things piss you off, even though you know deep inside this is ruining my vacation. But the point is, like, just be calm, be cool about it. Don't let things get to you. And all I gotta say is that I manifested, and I was relaxed. I was being calm. My kids asked me, what are we gonna do now, Mom? And I was like, you know what, honey, I don't care. We're on vacation. We're gonna have fun. It's all about having fun out here and relaxing. And it's exactly what we did. And when the car was fixed, yeah, I got the bill, but that's okay. I don't care. You know, I came out here, first time out in San Francisco, and it was great. And we did our vacation. We had fun. We looked at the bridge, and we took a boat ride, and we ate fish at this beautiful restaurant. And then, come to be weird, you know, we're in the restaurant just having a good time, and there's this other family that wigged out and flipped out, was being obnoxious and rude and just being not happy and just making a big old scene in the restaurant. And my kids were like, Mom, what's going on? And I'm like, I don't know, ignore it. They're just having a bad moment where they don't know how to self-control themselves. And that was a perfect example that I explained to my kids. Self-control, right? So yeah, we finished our dinner there in the restaurant, which was pretty cool. I mean, I liked it. I enjoyed my dinner. It was pretty awesome. And we had fun on the boat. First time being on the boat like that. It was pretty cool. It was cold, very cold, but it was cool. But I just wanted to say that the whole time of our vacation was pretty awesome. It was way awesome. I mean, I want to go back. I'd like to go back and see Alcatraz. I mean, they were sold out when I went, but I'd like to go back and see it again. But this time when I go back, I'm going back with the nicer ride, nicer car. As you can see, my car's nice, it's pretty, and I manifested this. Didn't realize I manifested this car, but I did. And one time I was just sitting here driving and I realized, like, whoa, I really did manifest this car, and I did not realize it until months later when I was sitting here listening to my mentor's videos, a speech about manifestation, and then I realized, like, wow, I really did manifest this car. And so on our vacation, it was cool, but when I came back from our vacation, a couple months later, the car broke again, and I had a lot of problems with it. It was a simple fix. I mean, I was fixing it myself, buying my own parts, opening the hood, getting my hands dirty and greasy and grungy, trying to fix this car, trying to get it to pass emissions because I needed this car to get back to work and just have a reliable car. And I've changed sensors, I changed 2-3 sensors, and then I took it in and told me that it should be fine, and then they told me it was another sensor that was that needed to be changed, which had like 2 sensors connected to it. And I was like, you know what, I'm done. I can't even do this right now. I was like, I'm not even gonna do this. So I left the car alone. I went straight to the dealer, and I was talking to this dealer, the guy, and he knew me from before because I've tried to go in there and get a car before and they denied me. But I went in again, and he's seen my name again and his papers, and he told me, you've been in here before, haven't you? And I was like, yes, I have. And he goes, well, I remember you. He goes, you came in on our old location where we had yeah, I did come into your old location, but you denied me. So I'm back again, and I would like another car because I need one that is reliable. And I came to look at this car that is in the lot. Can I test drive it? He's, sure, yeah, here's your keys, test drive it. The lady went with me, test drove the car, and oh man, this car was gorgeous. It was really nice. I mean, it had the power, it had the room, and I'm driving it right now. And it's very, very nice. I love it. I mean, I appreciate everything I have. I appreciate everything that I've gotten by manifesting. And so we went back into the dealer, and the dealer guy says, okay, let's try and work with you, and we're gonna get you this car. So it's like, okay, I'm just sitting there, you know, I'm like, let's see if you can get me this car because I really, really like it. And so we went in, he did some paperwork and trying to get me into this car, and he came back and says, okay, and he goes, we're gonna see what's going on here. Waiting and waiting and waiting. Finally the bank came back and said denied. And the guy was like, how could it be denied? You have such good credit, you're doing so good, you've been with this job for quite a while. He goes, I don't care. He goes, we're gonna go to a different bank, is what he told me. We're gonna go to a different bank. And I was like, okay. So he did. Went to a different bank, and I was just sitting there, you know, I just had my eyes closed, and I was just sitting there thinking, please, please, please let me see if I can get this car. I'd really love to have this car. And basically, I guess you'd say I was like in my head thinking and imagining myself driving this car, having this car, is pretty much saying that I was manifesting with my eyes closed in the dealership. Is basically what I did. And so I let it be, and then he came back and told me, ma'am, yes, you have been approved for this vehicle, and we're gonna get you in and out of here. I just need proof of insurance. And I just sat there with my face like, what? You're gonna give me the car? And he's like, yes, you've been approved for the car. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, okay, because it was a Friday and it was a Friday evening, so they were almost closing. And I told him, I was like, okay, I will get you the insurance. I go, I can't call the insurance right now because obviously they're closed, but I will call first thing on Monday and give you the proof of insurance that I will have on this car, and I will be back on Monday. And so I was like, yeah. So, I was happy. It was psyched. So when I went back to the house all weekend long, I was just happy. I didn't tell my parents. I didn't tell anybody that I got the car. I didn't tell my kids. I just let it be. Went on with my day and my weekend, and just kept praying and wishing for things to happen. And it happened. It happened. So when you really do focus and meditate and visualize, it's really, really about visualization in your head that you are driving this car, that you are doing this. And visualization is what I gotta say. You have to think in your head that you already own it, you already have it, you already control it. And to this day, I am where I am, and this is where I am, driving my beautiful car, and I love it. And I just wanted to share my story about visualization and meditate. Just take the time for yourself to understand that it is possible, no matter what goes on. People are so negative out there, but you just have to walk away from them and just be you. Think about you and your goals and your achievements, and keep proceeding and keep pushing on, because it does come true and it will happen. Look at me, driving my car. I love it, and yes, it is very, very exciting and very happy for this moment. And this, just think about a year and 4 months ago, I was driving that little Ford Escort, little green Ford Escort, manual transmission. I am not missing the manual transmission right now. I'm loving this car right now. So all I gotta say is I'm happy, I'm grateful, and I'm prosperous. And visualize, people, visualize. Things will happen for you. I just wanted to share my little story here about what happened to me. Thank you very much, and hope to see you soon. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel, and I will come out with more info on everything that I'm doing in my business. Thank you, love you, goodbye.